I have a salon DMG pet grooming and training in Bonnybridge, and today I'm going to take you through some of the techniques and tools that you'll need to look after your pet at home. So first of all, we'll go over some of the tools and the products, and then we'll do some bathing and I'll show you how to bath your dog properly and thoroughly. So here are some of the tools that you'll need to groom your dog at home. So this is called a slicker brush. It's got wire pins on it. When you're choosing your slicker brush, you're probably better to go for something that's a little bit finer, not quite as rough. You can get different grades of slicker brush. And the technique to use when you're using the slicker brush is for it not to touch the skin. It should only brush the hair, brush it and lift it to let the ear get underneath it. The reason for this is if you take the slicker brush and run it along your skin, you'll feel that it can be quite sore, and that might be a reason why if you're grooming your dog at home, they're not that keen on having it done if you're using one of these to brush them with, because you shouldn't be touching the skin with it. The other thing you'll need is a combination comb, wider teeth on one side and finer teeth on the other. The wider teeth are to help separate the hair if there's any knots. You can use it to turn on its side and gently break the knot away. And the finer side is used to turn around and then pull the hair out that's been trapped within that knot, so that then you don't have any knots left in the coat. So for pet grooming at home, I would recommend getting just a plain pair of bull-nosed scissors. So these don't have a sharp end on the bottom. They're rounded, so that if the dog does move or jump, then they're not going to be quite as dangerous on the skin. So these are just a little pair of Oster ones. I think you can see the name on the front there. And I would use these types of scissors for trimming around the feet, trimming around the bum area to keep that nice and clear, and trimming at the eyes as well. So here's some of the products that we normally use in salon. This is Groomer's Evening Primrose Oil Shampoo. Now, the reason that I use this is because, and I recommend it, is because it doesn't flare up any dog's skin whatsoever. My little Westie that you'll see later on when we're bathing has very sensitive skin, and this is the only shampoo that he can use. You can use it diluted, and you can also use it neat as a treatment. Just using exactly the same way as shampoo. So you would wet the coat, wash it twice and rinse off. Okay, this here is Lucillin. It's a brilliant product to have in your house for first aid treatment, for keeping eyes and even ears if you wanted clean. Again, it's non-irritant, it doesn't flare anything up. In fact, if there's any inflammation in the skin, it will calm it down. So we use this for cleaning eyes. Now what we do is we normally put it into these little containers just for ease, so that we can open the lid up. If we've got one hand on the dog, then we can press down on this, soak the pad, and then use that to clean the dog's eyes. The ear cleaner that we use is the Easy Ear. And again, what we do is put it into one of these containers for ease of use again. Press the pad down, and we put that inside the ear and give a gentle clean around the inside of the ear, up and round the ear leather, and you'll see all the dirt come onto the pad, all that wax and grease. This is Digit. This is my dog. So he's got quite sensitive skin, so we're going to use the Evening Primrose on him. That's all that we can use on him. So we're going to soak his skin, and then we're going to use the shampoo on him, and then we're going to give it a good lather. Rinse it, lather it again, and then rinse it completely. The whole coat, all the way around. Make sure you get to all the dirty bits, right in at the pad. Underneath. And you've got to do the head. If you tilt the head back away, so that the water runs off the back of the head. And then tilt the head forward when you've got to do the face. if you're going to dilute it, fill it up to this line with water and then fill up to the top with your shampoo. Start at the top of the head and put it all the way around the body, and then you want to get your fingers in. Give it a really good scrub until it starts to go creamy like this, all over the body. So you want to give a good scrub all over the face, just supporting his head on your hand. Just let him rest his chin. Make sure you get all the sleep out of their eyes on both sides. Just let him rest his head on top of your hand. I'm not putting any pressure on his nose at all. And use your knuckles to make sure you get right in all of the hair. Give it a really good scrub. Make sure you get all this sleep out of their eyes. You can use your little wipes if you want. So just rinse down the whole body. Keep the shower head as close to the body as possible, and that way it will push it right through the coat. Remember, the dirtiest parts are the feet, underneath the bum and the face, so pay particular attention to those. To rinse his head, just ask that you put his head in your hands. Let the water go back to you. And if the dog wants to shake, then let them shake. That means they get any water that does go into the rear back out. And good rinse. See that muck coming out of the coat. Push it through with your hands. Okay, so when you're going to dry the coat, if you just take the towel and lift and squeeze the water into it, you don't want to do any rubbing, especially if you've got a wool or a wool mixed dog, like a cockapoo or a poodle or a poodle mix, because that can cause matting in the undercoat. So just squeeze it into the towel, lift the coat up and squeeze, just gently. Here's the bumble. detangle sprays that we use are, again, Evening and Primrose spray. This is the only one that Digit can use because anything else he has a allergic reaction to. So this is really, really gentle. It's actually good for the skin and the coat. Heavier coated dogs might benefit from the Julie Harris Coat Management Spray. It's really good to help with detangling. So, but today we're just going to use this one on Digit. Do bum trim, so have your bullnose scissors, lift your dog's tail up but don't be too firm with it, otherwise they'll want to sit. Take your scissors and keep them flat against the bum. Make sure you know where all the flesh is underneath and just pull the hair away with your scissors closed, away from the anus, and then trim it. If a dog wants to sit, let them sit and then ask them to stand back up again. What you can't do is force them into doing it, otherwise they just get upset. Okay, so we're going to do eyes. So if you just want to lift the hair up with your comb out of the way, put your finger, your thumb on top of the nose, don't put too much pressure on, just hold it there. Get your bull-nosed scissors against the eye and just trim away. Okay, so you always go from the nose up to the sky, don't point it down the way. And then the same on the other side, you're going to have to turn the dog's head away from you. If you're right-handed, so thumb on top again. Lift the hair up at the side of the eye. Scissors against the nose, keep them closed, from the nose up to the sky, and just trim that part away. should be enough.